Hello everyone, today we have Binary Berserker, aka Mike, aka the metalhead in GamerGate. Would you say that? The biggest metalhead in GamerGate.
One of.
Alright, so first question, how did you get into GamerGate?
How did I get into GamerGate? All right. Well, it all started long ago down the road with the whole Zoe Quinn thing. I was actually, kind of on the border with it. I was fairly neutral at the time. What her ex did was kind of shitty, but at the same time, it also brought to light a serious problem that's been in the gaming journalist industry thing for quite some time now, as most of us have already known, but nobody was really wanting to say because it's the media kind of thing, and they just always blow shit out of proportion. So, with that being said, still being neutral, there was the whole "gamers are dead" articles that kind of pushed me over the edge, and then I really went full GamerGate pro when they started attacking creativity within the gaming industry, because I'm a person that has what I would say fairly neutral taste in games. I love violence in video games. I love normal puzzle video games. I love kids games sometimes. I mean, shit. When you get bored, I mean, just pop on like Candy Crush. It's a kids game. But the moment that people start attacking someone's creativity and their choices for certain characters and stories is just way too fucking much, to the point where they're trying to oust them from the industry instead of, hey, we'll give you some criticism and maybe you could change it. But I mean, it's their story, so why the fuck are you trying to like change it for your own agenda? It always comes back to the whole, if you want to create a game, then do it yourself. Don't try and fucking oust someone else's project. And that's where I came on full fucking handed, which is when you and I met, when I just started saying, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're stupid, fuck you, you're being dumb, you're stupid, and shit like that. It's now just gotten to the point where I'm just going to tell somebody to fuck right off if they're being dumb. There's no point, because as we all know, arguing with stupid people is just the same as beating your head against a fucking hammer. And that's how I joined GamerGate. I just got tired of all the nonsense and people accusing gamers of being sexist, misogynist, and shit like that.
All right. And currently, what are you doing in the hashtag?
What am I doing in the hashtag? Well, currently I'm not as active as I used to be. I've got another college course coming up for automotive and technician and mechanics and diesel tech. So I'm going to be focusing a little more on that. However, what I'm still doing is I'm still participating in these streams. I do comment here and there on Twitter. If someone's being dumb, I'm just going to straight up tell them they're being fucking dumb. Whether they fucking get triggered or not is not my issue. It's the internet, as we know. And if you can't handle the internet, get the fuck out. So, I mean, hey, it's the fucking internet. It's that simple.
Right. And what do you think of GamerGate right now?
The state of GamerGate. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of gone downhill in some places, but we've made so much progress in others. Let's see. What can I think of? The whole Mike Cernovich thing with the whole lawyers thing, I think that's kind of ridiculous, but at the same time, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, sometimes stupid shit can be interesting, so yeah, there is that. On that, the Ralph retort, the whole situation that happened then was just fucking dumb. I mean, if he wants to do his own thing, let him do his own thing, whatever. But currently, the state of GamerGate, it's almost like we're in disarray. You've got good ideas going everywhere, but nobody's doing anything with it. Some try to push forward for it, and the trolls, idiots, and other stupid people that are sadly within GamerGate are trying to oppose it and say, no, we got to be more extreme, blah, blah, blah. We got to be 5 edgy or some shit like that. And it's just like, no, you got to come at it with a logical explanation and a logical expression of what's going on. It can't be extreme all the time. As much as I would like it to be extreme all the time, it's not the way to go about it.
All right. And what do you think the future holds for GamerGate?
Well, if it keeps going like this, it's not going to be very pretty. Because what I see right now is a self-destructive hashtag in a group of people. It's almost like Baltimore, so to speak. We're the people that are trying to line with the policemen, but we've also got the people that are rioting against us. You know, it's just going to end up fucking ugly if it keeps going down this way. If nobody takes the time to think and sit down and talk. I mean, without the communication, what is there? You just got fists flying in each direction. You got shit flinging everywhere. You got accusations without any base. And this is what I keep seeing. And if it keeps going like that, it's just going to fucking fall to the ground in fire. So that's why I just want people to start thinking about what they're doing and what they're saying and shit.
All right. And would you say it's gonna become a watchdog in the industry?
A watchdog? Yes and no. I mean, too many people are focusing on the trolls and the assholes of Gamergate. I mean, it's a group. We're bound to have some of those. But people are giving too much light to them. However, the good people in there, like you and me, Michael Jordan, and a few of the other guys, yeah, I would consider us a fucking watchdog group. Absolutely. An example, I've been playing The Witcher 3 nonstop for a couple days. I've seen nothing wrong with it. Sure, there's a couple tits here and there. I mean, it's definitely not a kid's game. That storyline for The Witcher is sad. It's depressing. It's a feels trip. But at the same time, it's a well-made game, like super well-made, like GOTY status kind of game. And we're not talking like crappy, stupid people voting because it's not sexist or something. I'm talking like the game mechanics are really good. The difficulty settings are true to what they say. I'm playing it on Blood and Bones difficulty, which is just under the hardest. And I'm getting my ass kicked left, right, and center. And I like it. It's a challenging game. It's really good. But in a sense of Watch Dogs, yeah, I would consider we are, because we're taking out the information and we're applying it to, I don't know, places like Ship to Block 20. We're taking the information and just putting it there for people's viewing. And whether they wish to take it as actual information or not, that's up to them. But as for Watch Dogs, yeah, I would consider us to be Watch Dogs.
All right. And if there is something you would improve upon, what would that be in GamerGate?
What to improve on in GamerGate? I don't know if we really can improve anything at this point because of where we stand. I mean, we're so close to having so much done, but the only thing is we got to fight against the media. And that's one of the hardest things to fight against is people that have such a grip in the industry, and you're trying to tear this motherfucker down. It's like trying to break into Fort Knox with just two people and a fucking spoon. You know?
That's a good analogy.
But it can be done, and we are doing it. So I wouldn't necessarily change anything. I would just like people to call out stupid people, have the information ready to prove that, you know, this person's being a total dumbass, but not go so offensive on it that it's just going to put them right down. I mean, having a forum like this to talk, to have a debate, to have that discussion is what I would like to see more of. You know, like almost like a challenge to a debate. So say I said something dumb, like, I don't know. I really don't know. I think Chris Clue can be a decent human being. As we all know, he can't.
That's a controversial statement.
I know, right? And then you say, no, you're fucking dumb. Come talk to me about this, and we'll have a discussion about it. That's what I would like to see, is more people accepting and willing to do that. You know, to have that discussion, even though I think Clue is a complete and total fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And, well, we all know that. But yeah, it's stuff like that. It's people willing to talk and debate that I would like to see more, instead of just shit throwing on Twitter and Reddit and claiming this, claiming that without any actual proof.
Yeah, fair enough. And what do you think so far GamerGate has been doing right?
Well, there have been the discussions that we've been doing. The platforms that we're talking on has been great. There's a lot of people on the positive side of GamerGate that are talking to people. That is what is doing right. But the whole, like, in a serious, well, it's Twitter. I guess you can't really be serious. But at some points, people are just starting to turn stupid. They're posting memes and all this other shit in a serious topic. And it kind of loses all credibility towards what that person's saying, whether it's a Gamergate versus a Gamergate in a debate, whether it's anti-Gamergate versus Gamergate in a debate, whether it's just a neutral talk. And then people are starting to throw in the fucking memes and shit, and it kind of ruins it. So if it's a 140 character debate, I mean, just leave it be. If you got something to throw in there, then throw in, but don't fucking do that meme shit. It just loses all seriousness of what's being said, at least for me.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm gonna ask the chat again if they have any questions. Because regarding the whole thing with debates, because I've been trying to get anti-GGers on, and every fucking time they say no, except for people like Cause, Sensible Gamer, who's, I would say, more neutral or horribly misinformed, which we had.
I would say neutrally and more horribly misinformed than anything. Ow, more horribly informed than anything. But no, Sensible can be a decent person. I mean, he's just not entirely there.
Yeah,
kind of like my ex-girlfriend.
I mean, we had a chat with him and Cause, and there's a difference there because you see, even with the Tim guy who was on, what I also said I would say was more misinformed than anti-GG.
Yeah.
And so far, I would only count Cause as an anti-GG who's come on and actually accepted, but he did so much backpedaling that you couldn't have a really discussion with that guy.
Right. There's anti-GG woman that follows me on Twitter. I can't remember what her name is at the moment. Fuck, I'd have to go through all my followers and find it. But I've tried several times to get her on here, and she just keeps bailing. It's so dumb.
Yeah, because most of anti-GG have pretty much just blocked me at this point, I think. So it's kind of hard to get people who are just anti. I could probably get like neutral people on.
Yeah.
But unless they're interested in the whole issue, there's no point really in getting people on. And as I've said, the streams are open; anyone can get in, as long as they're not being a total bitch.
Yeah. Oh, I found her. Her Twitter handle is at @MAMelby. There. I'll post it in both chats.
All right. Yeah, because having people on from just a different perspective would be good. Even though we had Liana on, which was a fucking disaster. But I would also probably say she's anti-GG at this point.
Oh, the Liliana K or whatever her name is?
Liana K, yeah.
Oh, God. Irritating to the max.
Yeah, I have from Soul of a Gamer. So I think there should be more trying to entertain the idea of discussion. How would we go about getting them to discuss? Yeah, that's a really good point because I'm a really I've just given up at this point to get people on. I mean, I had one of my articles shared on Ghazi, and I tried to have a discussion, but it's just impossible.
Well, that's Ghazi. I mean, good luck trying to get anything from them. Anything. It's like trying to fucking
It's a
milk a
cult
bull.
at this point.
It's trying to milk a bull that's in heat. I mean,
Yeah.
fuck, dude, you are gonna get screwed.
Yeah.
But let's see. Should there be more entertaining of the idea of discussion? Absolutely. A good way I would think to put it is because they always want to have the first and last word is to give it to them. Just to give it to them. Because, I mean, if you think about it, we could prove our point in one easy rant. I mean, it'd take maybe like 5 minutes. Boom, done. And they could take as long as they want. And then, okay, another good way would be to give ourselves a time limit. Say like, I'll use 5 minutes as an example. We get 5 minutes to rebuttal and ask a question or whatever we want. 5 minutes will be our time limit. We'll give them double that. We'll give them 10 minutes to do whatever the fuck they want to. Since there is a lot, and I mean a lot of smart people within GamerGate, I have no problem with that. I'm pretty sure Andrew Della would have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan would have no problem with that. I mean, that's a good way right there is to give them the handicap in a debate. It's just to like give them the most obvious fucking handicap.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have any issues having actual discussion, but as I said, having it this point, I've pretty much given up on just having anyone from anti-GG on at this point.
Shit, I'll go after him in my Maserati. Yes.
Because I mean, if anyone else can try to reach out, I'd be more than willing to have any sort of discussion. But I think the only valid discussion we could have at this point would be to actually talk to journalists themselves.
Yeah, we could do that. And then if they decide not to, I mean, shit, we could just put out an article saying we tried to contact this person, but they wouldn't come along and give a list of possibility of reasons. I mean, we could try and play the bait game. Basically, I guess it may be considered a hit piece. I wouldn't really consider it. I'd say it's just trying to get them out of the darkness, like trying to draw the bear out of the cave.
Yeah, because I mean, we did have the founder of TechRaptor on at one point, and he was pretty cool and answered all questions from John Kennedy, who was very critical at one point. So yeah,
There you
go. That's probably the most the most professional stream I did was having like a back and forth. It was nothing malicious about it, just answering questions, and there was nothing heated in that stream. So yeah, I've tried to reach out to Niche Gamer to get them on, but they haven't responded to me. I've tried twice now on Twitter and emailed them twice.
Call them up. Call their phone number.
That would be fucking long bill that I would get.
If you don't get in our stream, we're gonna blow your house up.
Here's a follow-up question. How would we word it in a way that that would be very welcoming to them, to the point of legitimate interest?
We could tell them they could run it. They could run the debate. If they want to have, like, if they want to discuss, we could let them run it. If they want to interrupt, they can interrupt. If we will be the submissive bitch in the relationship, so to speak. But if it gets to the point where we can't say anything, then I think it's to the point where we start to come into control. But we don't tell them that. It's that simple. There's gonna definitely be a bit of cloak and dagger tactics to it. But to put it in a way where they could have that legitimate interest is we could tell them that they could run it. But if it gets to the point
but again,
where
how would we even be able to reach them in any way?
we would have to make separate accounts because knowing most of them are using the block bot anyways. So we could have separate accounts. We could label it what it is. We could name it like debate gatherer or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, no, I would say let them run it. They can make the rules. They can make everything. I mean, shit, we're gamers, dude. We play video games by other people's rules. We play tabletop games by other people's rules. When we enter a tournament for tabletop, there's another set of rules that we have to play. I mean, shit, dude. We've been finding ways around rules. We've been busting our asses through video games and different ways to play them and beat them since they've been invented. So that's how I look at it. This is just another game. This is like playing Democracy 3.
Well, sort of a gamer. And Petra 275 actually agreed to that. That's actually not a completely bad idea. It sounds good, yes, they say. But again, it sounds good on paper, but actually getting people on these
that's
things,
the thing.
that's a whole different fucking thing.
That's the thing. It does sound good on paper, and the only way to test it in actuality is to actually do it. So I got no problem doing that. I mean, it's just an experiment, right? I mean,
Yeah,
what goes wrong with it?
I get it. The issue is that one side is open to debate and the other one is a circle jerker and that is afraid just one stepping out of line and having an actual discussion with the other side.
Yeah, but think about it. They won't have it because they don't have complete control, at least from what I keep seeing. So if we give them complete control, and if we give them the fact that they could have a 10-on-1 if they supposedly want to, fuck, we could do that, no problem. I mean, shit, dude. I play tanks in video games. I take on more than 10-on-1s. So it's not that big of a deal. I mean, if they want a 10-on-1 debate, then let them have a 10-on-1 debate. If they want to have a 1-on-1, let them have a 1-on-1. It doesn't matter. We play video games. We find ways around different and difficult situations. That's the way I see it. So I have faith in every single GamerGater to be able to do that. Hell, man, we are worth 10-1. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to just to be able to discuss things, but if it would turn hostile real quickly, that would defeat the whole purpose and 10 versus 1.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, we face many different situations, and if they get hostile, we keep cool. It's that simple. We're not the ones getting pissed off. We're not the ones changing our image. What that's actually doing is proving to the media, proving to them that they're the ones that are hostile, the vicious ones, the ones that we are truly fighting against.
Yeah, true as well. I rarely lose my cool, so I wouldn't have any problem with that. But just being interrupted all the time wouldn't be that fun, to be honest.
Oh, it's difficult. Don't get me wrong. It is absolutely fucking difficult to deal with. I fucking hate it, but at the same point, we're also proving something. Sure, we get interrupted on a point or a critical point, and they want to say but, or this, or but, or that. And we just sit here and we could throw another explanation at them. That is what this is about. That is how you win the argument. That is how you win the debate, is you sit there, you be patient. If they must interrupt, that is showing you something that you're on the critical path to win, that we are on the right path to take over the debate, to win the debate. It's, how do I put this? Have you ever played Dante's Inferno on the hardest difficulty?
No, I haven't actually played that game.
All right, that's one of the hardest games I've ever played, was Dante's Inferno on the hardest difficulty. It took massive amounts of patience to even get past the first level.
I read the book, or like the what it's based on. So
yeah,
don't
but
know
it
what it is.
massive amounts of patience to beat Dante's Inferno on the hardest difficulty. This is GamerGate versus Dante Inferno on the hardest difficulty.
Yeah.
It just takes massive amounts of patience. And what you have to do, because if they're going to be running the stream or if you're the one hosting, make sure you record everything.
Yeah.
That's all it is make sure you record everything. Get the names or the names of the alias that they go under. Get that recorded and thrown down. And make sure you just have the audio with you. Upload it and just be like, this is why we can never really have a proper debate. I mean, it's all switch tactics. It's like a war. You have to think of it like a war. You have to cut off their supply line, right? So they got the mad people at the front, the crazy infantry motherfuckers that are all running up, screaming Allah Akbar or some shit. And you got to cut off their supplies, which is, well, what exactly we're doing right now. We're showing that we're patient people. We're showing that we're not sexist. We're showing that we're not misogynistic. We're accepting. We have different people within our hashtag. That's basically what it is. You cut off the supply line and you take over that front. It's like what we did with proving the Zoe Quinn shit. We cut off the supply line, which was us proving every fucking point for the most part wrong for them. So we cut that off and we moved forward. And then we got to fucking the batshit crazy Brianna Wu. Again, we proved her wrong. She didn't flee her home. She stayed there. So, again, we cut off the supply line. We moved forward. Hell, I could relate this to World War II. The Russians, an example. When the Nazis were invading Russia, what did they do? They burnt down where they were staying, and they fled backwards, back into Moscow. And they kept doing that in wintertime, and the Germans were unable to keep up with the cold. So what they do? They froze and starved to death. It's what we're doing to them. We're cutting off their supply line slowly and moving forward into new areas. And we're just doing the same thing over and over and over. And if we keep doing this, I mean, so far it's getting to the hard point where we need discussion. We need something, right? Because now we're starting to starve ourselves with the infighting. That's where it goes bad.
Yeah. Evil Drewer says Andreda is a shitload extraordinaire. I don't know what he means by that. But,
well, Andrador is Andrador. Look at that, you're now Mexican. No, you are a shitlord extraordinaire. What are you gonna do about it?
Solo Gamer again asks, what is your win condition in all of this?
What's my win condition? My win condition? There's a few of them. If we could turn them from anti to neutral, if we could even just inform them a little more and they start to believe that, you know, hey, maybe we're not such bad people. Maybe if we could change the ultimate win condition would be them to change sides and join us. Sure, we'll take it with a grain of salt if they say that, but it's a win condition. Another win condition would be to the point where they fucking leave because they're triggered so bad from the internet. Okay, a good example for this would be talk about rape. All right, everybody that has been around since I started knew I threw out a article about what my father did to me. He beat me, he raped me, molested me for 13 years. So on top of that, when people say, "Oh, I'm gonna rape you in games," I'm just sitting there like, "Nah, son, I'm gonna fuck you up." And then, of course, I proceed to fuck him up. But triggers are not always as they may seem. A lot of times, as we can tell from Anti-Gamergate, it's just a buzzword. I mean, it's stupid. It also brings down the word itself, rape, an example, for a lesser meaning, which is really, really stupid. Because there are victims out there like myself, like a couple of friends that I have. Oh God, there goes my screen. Turned black. That it is a serious situation, but at the same time, we're also content with what happened with us, and we can move forward and move on to be better people and help those that have helped or that have had this happen to them. So. True. Triggers and shit like that may not be triggers. In fact, it may just make us laugh because we've been through it. And like I said, in games where people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna rape you, I'm gonna kick your ass, I'm gonna teabag you," I'm just okay. And
Scoot Chalou says, "Fuck it. It seems to be incentives to refer to World War II, but you seem to be too much on the defensive. And just look at the problems. There are extremist Marxists on everyone's side."
and I agree. I agree.
I wouldn't
There's
say
no doubt about it.
Marxist on every. I wouldn't say there are Marxists in. Probably extremists on other stuff, but I wouldn't say Marxist.
I would say that, you know, Marxist, it's possible. I haven't been on Twitter much, but, well, much as of lately, but there could be. And you know what? I'm going to agree with it. So why should I not take your word until I'm proven otherwise? It's that type of thing. I'm not so much on the defensive. I'm on the defensive about the stuff that I know. Absolutely. Like the creativity of gamers and games being absolutely limited. The sexism in games is not so much as big as people think it is. In fact, guys get a whole lot more sexual harassment than females in video games from what I've definitely experienced. And I game with a shit ton of women. So there you go. Though yes, Marxist feminists are a problem. Yes, those are absolutely. But that doesn't relate just to Gamergate. That relates to nearly every issue those people touch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're talking about what did they touch, yeah, that's true. I would agree to that. I thought he meant on both Gamergate, neutral, or anti-GG. That's what I thought he meant. But here a final question from Solo Gamer. A final question before I have to leave. What is your intent to try to push Gamergate forward and bring us at least closer to the end of this?
Well, if I was a little more well-known within the Gamergate community, I've only got maybe 814 followers, and I would say maybe 50 of those people are just bots for whatever. Like, I don't know, some gamer thing or retweet status and shit like that. But if I could get myself on a bigger known situation as, I don't know, just some guy that tells it as it is, and the ability to admit my mistakes and that I'm wrong at some points is also a big game changer for a lot of people. However, excuse me, what I plan to do is I plan to do the same thing that I'm doing right now. I'm going to try and cause discussions. I'm going to try and cause people to talk. I'm going to try and cause a lot of anti-Gamergate people to come over and talk. Hell, if I could get fucking, what's his name? Sarah Nicholas Butts Nyberg in here. that would cause a whole lot of shit, but it would get people to talk. And there's no doubt about that. And if they want to use buzzwords, well, fuck, let them. I'm just going to talk like a normal human being.
Well,
But,
he also has a follow-up question. What do you think of the likelihood of the use of the apparatus theory by anti-Gamergate, if you know anything about it?
I've not a clue what the fucking apparatus theory is. I mean, if we're talking like people on swings jumping and shit, or something like that, maybe like a play gym apparatus outside at a playground or something, I don't know. But if it's something evil and cruel, I mean, it's going to be nothing new for us. I mean, we're just going to look at it, put our shields up, and just be like, okay, bring it. We are the fucking Spartans of 10,000.
Yeah. And the Peter 275 says, though yes, Marxist feminists are a problem. Evildoer says Marxists wouldn't be so bad, but they aren't against the rich.
Well, there's a lot of people, like a lot of rich people, that did definitely work hard to get there, and there's no problem with that. I'm a middle class dude. I'm going back to college to get a trades job. I mean, shit. It's all the way life works. I mean, if you're going to be determined to get rich, then by all means, you're going to do some crazy shit if you want to get there, if you want it bad enough, if you want to help improve world this, world that, or if you want to do just stuff for yourself and you want to get rich off it, you can do it. I'm not so much against the rich people, but so much as their attitude towards lower class people, like people that don't make as much as they do. Those are the people I hate. Now, I know a few people in the car industry out here in a couple drive clubs. They own Audi R8s, Nissan GTRs, a couple fucking Lamborghinis here and there. They're nice people. They worked hard to get what they wanted. And they own like $4.5 million houses and shit like that. And I'm sitting here like I still live with my parents. I've got nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. If you could befriend those people, they'll always have you in your time of need if you ask them. I mean, it's not that hard. Hell, I got to ride in a fucking Lamborghini Aventador. I mean, shit, that was cool. But I'm not so much against rich people in general. I'm against rich people that are douchebags. And we all know rich people that are douchebags. Most of the people on Anti-GamerGate.
Here I have the apparatus theory. It's Marx's film theory. It maintains that cinema is by nature ideological because its mechanisms of representation are ideological, and because the composition is also ideological. The simplest instance, the cinematic apparatus purports to set before the eye and ear realistic images and sounds.
Is that the apparatus theory?
Let me see. I can read that. It's not that long. However, the technology disguises how that reality is put together frame by frame. The meaning of a film, plus the way the viewing subject is constructed, and the mechanics of the actual process and the production of the making the film affect the representation of the subject. Apparatus theory also states that within the text perspective, the central position of the viewer is ideological. This effect, basically, the whole thing is biased. The effect is ideological because it is a reproduced reality, and the cinematic experience affects the viewer on a deep level. The theory is explored in the work of Jean-Louis Baudry. This is where Marxist aspect of the theory comes into play. The idea is that the passive viewers cannot tell the difference between the world of cinema and film and the real world. Basically,
they're trying to say that we don't know the difference between video games and the real world.
Yeah.
That's the most stupidest fucking thing I've ever heard. You know what? That is by far the dumbest thing that they have ever come up with. Ever. Really? Really? I'm sitting here. I got a $23,750 fucking debt for schools that I've gone to. That gets real. That breaks your wallet real. All right? I don't have a job currently. I'm still looking for one. Hell yeah. What is this? Do I live in a video game where I could just go out and kill someone and fucking boom, there we go. I got some money without repercussions? Are you kidding? For real? Jesus. When's Hatred come out? Fuck. No, but seriously, the apparatus theory on us, they're projecting major projecting. If anybody does not understand the difference between reality and fantasy, that would be most of the anti-GamerGate people. That's the way I see it. I mean, look at fucking Mickendouche. He does not understand a thing of reality because the wallet controls his mind. So therefore, he can just buy his way out of anything until that money runs out, of course. You paid off your debts, Vega. I was about to call you Vegeta. But yeah, that's good. I mean, give me, I don't know, 2 years after I get out of school, I'll have mine paid off. But yeah, it's dumb. If they want to try and throw the apparatus theory on us, they should project it on themselves first. I mean, that's honestly what I would do with anything. Is if it doesn't work on me, then why would I want it to work on anyone else?
Yeah, Peter, 275. So if you shoot people in games, you're going to shoot people in real life because logic.
Right?
That's basically the whole thing.
Shit, son, I've been playing GTA for a long ass time now, ever since the first one. Oh my god, top downs. Ugh. I've been playing so many violent games that it's just the point where it's like, okay, I'm actually kind of getting sick of this. And then Hatred comes out, and I'm like, ooh, something new. And then that'd be like saying that my character in I don't know, we'll go with Guitar Hero. I know how to push 5 fucking buttons. Therefore, I know how to play an actual guitar. I got a guitar sitting in the corner, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with it. sort of. I know how to push the strings, I know how to make the sounds, but I don't have the right finger technique. I don't have the right I don't have the right speed, the way to hold a guitar. I don't have it. Just because I play a game does not mean anything, right? So there you go.
Yeah, true. I'm gonna look if there are anything more.
What? No webcam, no zoom on the armpits. What is this? Censorship. You know what? Hold on, and I will get you exactly that.
Jesus Christ.
Hold up, we're gonna do it. Although I'm not gonna be able to do it for long because I'm charging my phone with the USB plug on the back of my keyboard. All right. Hold up. We're doing this. Oops. I'm doing this just for yeah. Hang on. All right, there we go. There we go. The armpit hair. Yeah. Woo! Look at that. Woo!
Oh yeah, sexy.
But all right, there we go. I gotta go. Charging my phone again.
I don't have the right finger technique. That's what she said.
Yeah. Well, it's what it is. It's a finger technique.
Like, can you finger A minor?
Well, I could do it on the guitar. Would I do it in reality? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do it to A minor, if you know what I mean. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think unless there's yeah, I don't think there's I'm gonna ask again.
Oh, I just realized the stream is straight up black.
Yeah, but your avatar shows in the video stream itself, so.
Oh, sweet.
Arrow critical lack of Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Critical lack of Mountain Dew and Doritos. Well, I don't like Doritos. I like Mountain Dew occasionally. The Blue Lightning or whatever the hell it is in the Code Red. Absolutely. But I haven't drank any of that in ages. Although I should probably pick up some tomorrow. That'd be great.
Yeah, unless there's anything.
Is there any questions for the great binary berserker? I have a question.
Yeah,
Scarlet
Scarlet Game Show. I have a question. How did you age so bad?
Okay, I aged really bad because that's just my genetics. My grandfather is 60-something and he looks like he's 80. It's personally all genetics as far as I know. Although if I shave my beard and cut my hair a bit, I'd look like I'm fucking 12 again. And I don't want that. I'm 24, I look 30. That's good enough for me. I'm a mechanic, so I'm going to look good in the dirt. And believe it or not, but having the older appeal, it kind of gets women wet. No, but it's just genetics.
All right. I don't know if there's anything more. Yeah, I think we're just gonna close there. Do you have anything you want to shill or?
Oh, we got another question.
What is your first metal album?
Oh, my first metal album. Oh boy, this is gonna be awesome. All right, so way back when Motorhead was it was a thing. Believe it or not, in 1990, I think it was either 93 or 94. Pretty sure it was either 93 or 94. I found the cassette. This is a cassette, mind you, to the Motorhead album called Bastards. That was my very first metal anything. It was great. I found it too. It was at a swap meet, and my mother was there, and I just picked it up and took it. I didn't pay anything. The guy was like, "Wasn't that cute?" I just took it. It was great. It was wonderful.
All right.
Can jet fuel melt steel beams? Well, you see, no.
Have you thought about starting to straight shave?
Have you ever thought about starting to straight shave? No. No, I've not. I like the whole rugged Viking look, so I'm going to stick with the whole rugged Viking look until, like, I don't know, maybe I get some fucking suit tie job that pays like $2 million a year or something like that.
All right. Yeah, I think otherwise it's gonna be shit posting in the comments. So, yeah, anything to share? Anything at all?
Yeah. If you guys want, you can follow me on Twitter at Binary Berserker. I see most of you motherfuckers already have, so it's all good. It's all good. I got a brain fart. Right.
Your YouTube channel.
I can't remember what it was. Whatever. I don't do much on it anymore. If I find it, I'll throw up shit that I've put on there. I mean, I just
put it in the comments.
I just rant. I just go. Like the whole, is there enough female or transgenders in video game characters? And I'm just like, it doesn't even fucking matter. It really doesn't. We play to kick ass and take names. It doesn't matter what the fucking character is. If you want to make it some like Cyclops transgendered male with a vagina and fucking one tit, okay, cool. Whatever. Goro. No. Keep up the good shit, guys. Like don't lose faith. Just don't lose faith. But do it in such a manner that it's not going to make people question what you're doing. And it's always good to try and talk to whoever it is. It doesn't matter whether it's pro-GG, anti-GG, neutral, or somebody that's just wanting a little more information. But do it in a respectful manner that looks good on everybody and not just you, or not just shit talking and making yourself look bad. Because nobody needs to look bad. All right? Nobody needs to have poop all over their face or egg in their beard like movie Bob. But
yeah, I mean, as long as you're being respectful and they are the ones attacking you, they're the ones looking like an asshole.
Exactly. So just smile, even if they're fucking throwing stones at you. In fact, you should try catch one of those stones in your mouth just to make yourself look even better. But yeah, that's it. I mean, it's just stay respectful, stay positive, and don't give up.
All right. So, yeah, and if you want to get into one of these interviews, be sure to contact me at the _last_right1. I'll be willing to interview anyone. And yeah, if you like these interviews, be sure to subscribe. So yeah. Thanks everyone for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.